Shalom and welcome to Yeshiva B'nai Noach. I'm Tom Averna. This is the Beginning Biblical Hebrew course. As we conclude chapter 17 on the reversing Vav, and in this video we'll be taking a look at the tall tales and Ruth. Here's the vocabulary that they give you for the tall tale, and this one is adapted from Cinderella. So the first one that we see here is, let me get my marker up again, Lifnei Shanim Rabot. So before many years, or many years ago. Yafe, Yafa, Yafim, and Yafot, an adjective, beautiful. Chadasha, new. Meta, died. Mishte, mishte, in word pair form, a feast or a banquet. Beged, begadim, bigday, clothing. Naal, naalim, shoe or shoes, shoe and shoes. Chatzot halayla, midnight. Chatzot halayla, midnight. And yachad, together. So those are the new words that you'll find here. And as your book says, you don't need to memorize it, although oftentimes the words that appear here come up pretty soon in vocabulary lists. So it's not a bad idea to work on memorizing these, but you don't have to. So we'll read the Hebrew first, and then we'll probably go ahead and try translating it. Vayehi lifnei shanim rabot, vayehi ish tov ba'aretz, velo isha tova, v'yafa me'od. Hayta lahem bat ata yafa v'tova kima ushma Cinderella. Vayehi acharei ken ki meta Aim Cinderella. So, via he, and it was, or and it came to pass, before many years. There was a good man in the land, and he, or to him, a good wife. So, and he had a good wife, and a very beautiful wife, a good and very beautiful wife. Hayta lahem bat achat. So they had, to them, they had one beautiful and good daughter. Like her mother, ki, like her mother, and her name was Cinderella. Vayehi acharei ken, and it came to pass afterwards that the mother of Cinderella died. Vayikach aviha isha hadasha ra'a velo yafa. La isha hazot banot ra'ot velo yafot. Ha'isha ha'chadasha v'ha'banot lo avo et Cinderella ki yafa v'tova hi mehen. Hena asu la chayim ra'im. Vat hi Cinderella ke eved babayet. And her father took a wife and not took an evil wife, a new chadasha, a new, and let's start this again. Okay, and her father took a new wife who was evil and not very pretty, or an ugly new wife. This woman, Hazot Leisha, this woman had Ra'ot, evil and not beautiful, or evil and ugly daughters. The wife, or the new wife, and the daughters did not love Cinderella because she was more beautiful than them. They made her life very bad, or they made her life bad. And Cinderella was like a slave in the house. Vayehi bayamim hahem malach melech gadol al kal haaretz hazot vilo ben chacham v'tov. Leven hamelech ein isha ki lo ahav et kol hana'arot asher ra'a ad ata. V'yikach Ya'as Hamelech Mishte Gadol Livnei. And there was in those days a great king who ruled over all the land, or all this land, Hazot, all this land, and he had a wise and good son. To the son of the king there was no wife. Because, so to the son of the king there was no wife, because he did not love all the women, or young girls rather, all the young women who he saw until now. The king made a great judgment for his son. Vayishlach malachim el kol haaretz migvol el gavol saviv. Vayikra'u ha-melachim el kol ha-nashim ha-yafim ba'aretz v'el kol ha-na'arot. Vayomeru b'shem ha-melech shalom, shalom aleichem. Hine yihye mishta gadol beveit hamelech ba'od mea yom. So, and he sent messengers to all the land around, probably bring this in next, to all the land around from border to border. And the messengers cried out, or proclaimed to all the people, all the beautiful people in the land, and all the young women. They said, in the name of the king, peace be on you. Behold, there will be a great feast, or a great banquet, in the house of the king in another 100 days. בעת המשתה ייקח בן המלך לאשתו את הנערה אשר יפה מכל הנערות. ותשמע משפחת סינדרלה את דברי מלאכי המלך. הבנות הרעות אמרו בליבן כי הנה היפות מכל נערות הארץ. So, at the time of the banquet, the son of the king will take for his wife the young woman who is the most Yafa Mechal, who is the most beautiful of all the young women. And the family of Cinderella heard the words of the messengers of the king. The evil daughters said in their hearts that they were more beautiful, or they were the most beautiful of all the young women in the land. No conceit in their family. V'heina yada'u ki telachna la mishte hamelech vatishma gam Cinderella et divrei malachi hamelech vatomer Cinderella beliba leolam lo elech la mishta hamelech ki ein li begadim tovim v'ata ra li me'od. So, and they knew that you would go, or that they would go to the banquet of the king. And Cinderella also heard the words of the messengers of the king. And Cinderella said in her heart, I will forever not go. So I will not go forever to the banquet of the king because I do not have good clothing. And now it is very bad for me. Vayihi bayom ha-mishte amru ha-isha ha-chadasha vi ha-banot ha-ra'ot nelech halayla el mishte hamelech im ha-begadim hatovim vi'az niyeh hayafot michol hana'arot v'kein asu. So, and it came to pass, and the day of the banquet came to pass. The new wife and the daughters, evil daughters, said, we will go tonight to the banquet of the king with our good clothing, our good clothes, and then we will be the most beautiful of all the young women. And so they did, and thus they did. Cinderella lo halcha la mishte im haisha hachadasha vi habanot vi teshev Cinderella babayet vi tishma acharei ken et kol ha-mishta mebeit hamelech vira la meod. So Cinderella did not go to the banquet with the new wife and the daughters. And Cinderella sat in the house and she listened afterwards to the sound of the banquet from the house of the king. And it was very bad for her. Vayehi ba'et hahi vayamod lifnei ha-ruach ima asher meta. Vayomer la ruach ima at od babayet kol na'arot ha'eretz b'mishte hamelech ata. And it came to pass that, or at that time, the ruach, the spirit of the mother, let's see, let's look at this again. And it came to pass at that time, and stood before her. I see. And the spirit, the ruach, the spirit of the mother, stood before her, who died, or the spirit of the mother who died stood before her. Vayomer, and the spirit said to her, the spirit of the mother, the spirit of her mother said to her, you are still in the house. Call all the young women of the land are now, all the young women of the land are now at the banquet of the king. So, what are you doing here? Move, get out of here, go. V'ta'an Cinderella, ein li begadim tovim, ha'isha ha'chadasha lacha otam memeni, al ken lo halachti lamishte. So Cinderella replied, or answered, I do not have good clothing. The new wife took them from me. Alcan, therefore, I did not go to the banquet. Vayomer la ruach ima, hine lach bigdei kesef u bigdei zahav, vigam na'alim mezahav. V'ta'an Cinderella et ruach ima, matov li ha begadim ele yafim alai. Ata elek la mishte. So, and the spirit of the mother said to her, here are for you, here are clothes of silver and clothes of gold for you, and also shoes from gold, or shoes of gold. And Cinderella answered the spirit of her mother, saying, how good for me, how good it is for me. These clothes are beautiful on me. Now I will go to the banquet. Vayomer ruach ima eleha, vikein telchi, ach tetzi min ha-mishte lifnei hatzot halayla. Acharei hatzot halayla lo yiyu lach kol ha-begadim hayafim ha'ele. So, and the spirit of her mother said to her, and so you will go. But you will go out from the banquet before Hatzot Halayla, before midnight. After midnight, it will be that all of these beautiful clothes now let's try this again. After midnight, all of these beautiful clothes, will not be for you, will not be yours. Okay. Again, so acharei hatzot, after acharei halayla. I'm sorry, acharei hatzot halayla, after midnight. And we'll save the verb here. Will not be yours. After midnight, all of these beautiful clothes will not be for you. Vatelech Cinderella el mishte hamelach. Vatomer beliba ezkor et kol divrei ruach imi. Vayahu ha'anashim ha'yafim ba'mishte vayaru et Cinderella. So, and Cinderella went to the banquet of the king. She said in her heart, I will remember all the words of the spirit of my mother. There were beautiful people at the banquet, and they saw Cinderella. Vayomru ha'anashim, mi ha'na'ara hayafa hazot. V'yar ben Hamelech et Cinderella v'ya'al libo. Vayelech ben Hamelech el Cinderella v'yikach et yada beyado. And the people said, who is this beautiful young woman? And the son of the king saw Cinderella, and his heart ascended. His heart went up, soared. And the son of the king took Cinderella, or went to, rather, the son of the king, Halach, went to Cinderella, and he took her hand in his hand. Vayiyu yachad kol halayla ze im zot. V'hine hatzot halayla. V'tizkor Cinderella et divrei ruach ima. V'tetza mebeit hamelech ha-baita. V'lo amra davar levein hamelech v'yelech ben hamelech ach lo ra'a et Cinderella betoch beit hamelech. Gam lo matza ota al yad beit hamelech. So, and they were together all night. Him with her. This with this. Him with her. And behold, it was midnight. Cinderella remembered the words of the spirit of her mother. And she went out from the house of the king. towards home, towards her home. And she did not say a word to the son of the king, and the son of the king walked around, just walked, is all it says here. Around, I guess, is understood. But he did not see Cinderella within the house of the king, or anywhere within the house of the king. He also did not find her near the house of the king. Vayar v'hine hu matza na'ar zahav achat baderek. Vayikach ben Hamelech et na'ar hazahav biyado, vayizkor et hanara hayafa hahi, vayomer ben Hamelech. Eshmor et hana'ar hazot ad asher emtza et hana'ara hayafa michol na'arot ha'eretz. Elech achareha bechol yom u v'chal shana ad asher emtza ota. And he saw, and behold, he found a shoe, one shoe of gold on the road. The son of the king took the shoe of gold in his hand, and he remembered the beautiful young woman, or he remembered that beautiful young woman. And the son of the king said, I will guard this shoe until I find the most beautiful woman or young girl of all the young women in the land. Young girls. And then Elech I will go out after her every day and every year until I find her. Vayelech acharei ha-mishte ben hamelech el kol haaretz me'ir la'ir u'migvul el gavul l'kol makom. Vayelech l'chol bayit asher bo na'arso Vayomer ben Hamelech le'na'arot bechol bayit yesh beveitechen ha'od na'ar zahav kana'al hazot. So the son of the king went out after the banquet to all the land, from city to city, and from border to border, to every place. And he went to every house where there was in it a young woman. So every house that had a young woman in it. By Omer, and the son of the king said to the young women in all the houses, or all the house, is there, since this is a question, wouldn't be there is, it would be, is there in your house another shoe of gold like this shoe? V'kein asa b'kol yom, vayhi acharei yamim rabim, vayelech ben Hamelech ad Beit Cinderella, Ha'isha ha'chadasha v'habanot haraot hayu babayit. Vayomer ben Hamelech yesh bevetchen od na'ar zahav kana'al hazot v'ta'an oto ha'isha ha'chadasha ein lanu na'al zahav kazot ach yesh lanu na'alim yafot rabot. And so he did every day, and thus he did every day. And it came to pass after many days, the son of the king went as far as the house of Cinderella. The new wife and the daughters, the evil daughters, were in the house. And the son of the king said, "Is there in your house another shoe of gold like this shoe?" And the new wife answered him, "We do not have a shoe of gold like this, but there is for us, or we have, many beautiful shoes." Vatishma Cinderella et kol ben Hamelech vatikach et Naal hazahav beyada vatomer li yesh Naal zahav kanaal hazahav hine hi beyadi vayomer la ben Hamelech Zacharti ki bamishte haya lach beged yafe vegam hayit yafa meod. Ata ein lach beged yafe ach et yafa mikol. And Cinderella heard the voice of the son of the king, and she took the shoe of gold in her hand and she said, I have a shoe of gold like this shoe. Behold, here it is, or here it is in my hand. The son of the king said to her, I remembered that at the banquet there was you. I remember at the banquet I remember at the banquet you had beautiful clothes, and also you had, and also you were very beautiful. Now you do not have beautiful clothing, but you are the most beautiful of all. Vayikach ben Hamelech et Cinderella leishto, vayeshvu Cinderella v'vein Hamelech yachad shanim rabot. Vayu lahem chayim tovim. And the son of the king took Cinderella for his wife. And Cinderella and the son of the king lived together for many years. And they had for themselves a good life, and they lived happily ever after. So that's the story of Cinderella. I hope I know that it was probably painful to some degree because, again, I wanted to do this along with you, if you will. But translation takes time when you're just starting out. Don't get too hard on yourself. And I wanted to show you again because I'm in the same place and position that you are in general. Some of you probably could and did do a much better job than I did in terms of the speed of translation. But sometimes it just takes a while. You have to look at the words. You begin with one part of the sentence and realize, wait a minute, there's some modifiers over here that I need to add in. And that's just the process as you begin the work of translation. It takes time. Just don't get frustrated with it. Again, I hope it wasn't too frustrating listening to me struggle through this, but I thought it might not be a bad idea to do that. All right, so that's the story of Cinderella, Tall Tales. The Tall Tales, it's not your imagination. They're getting harder, but you are getting better in the process. So feel good about that. Come back to this maybe in a few days and do it again and see that you can recognize the words faster. It's also difficult when you have several new words that you don't know, and you have to kind of go back and forth to the new list to check it. So all of that to say, hopefully this was helpful, and you can continue to also go up to, as I say, Quizlet. You'll find the translations there as well without me reading through it, just the Hebrew, and then on the opposite side of the card, you'll see the translation. So that might be a good way to continue to practice and work with it, rather than just here on the video. Anyway, that's the story of Cinderella. I was going to go through these, but because the translation took so long, I think I'll pass. But just know that these are here. Again, they give you the list of words to go over, and you can of course find these on Safaria or in your Tanakh Torah. So these are other quotes from biblical translations. And let's see, so we've got this page and this page. And let's go on now to the story of Ruth. And now we're in chapter 22, verses through chapter 2, verse 3. Chapter 1, verse 22 through to verse 3. And these are the words that we have. Again, the list that are new to us. Vatashav, and she returned. Moavia, a Moabite. Katsir, a harvest. Moda, a kinsman. Ve Alachta, I will glean, and of course the names Elimelech and Boaz. So we'll just read through these to finish up. Vatashav Naomi beRuth ha Moavia ima. Vehema halchu el Bethlehem, Beit ha-Katsir, ul Naomi moda laisha, ish gadol mimishpachat Elimelech u shamo Boaz. Vatomer Ruth ha Moavia el Naomi, Elech el ha Sadeh vi alachta ba Katsir, Vatomer Naomi la Telchi Beti, Vatalech Ruth el Sadeh Boaz Asher Mishpachat Elimelech. So that was Ruth, Sefer Ruth, and that wraps up chapter 17, Reversing Vav. So hopefully you learned some some new things, and you're progressing. You're feeling better about it. You should be able to read just a little bit faster as you recognize words. Going through it, Tall Tales. The Tall Tales should be getting a little easier to read, not necessarily, of course, to translate, but should be getting a little easier to read through because you've got a lot of this vocabulary down now, so you're not trying to pronounce letter by letter. You're recognizing words. All of that makes your reading better and faster. So hopefully you're seeing that. Just keep practicing it. Remember, you have all of the resources at your disposal. Be sure and use them. Quizlet, my Google Drive for handouts. You'll see things there that might help you. And you have the comment section. Please use it. Let me know if you have questions or comments, or if you felt really pained having to listen to me translate. All of those comments are wonderful, and I appreciate them. And especially if you have questions that you need answers to, and feel free, if there are questions that are put in the comment section that you have the answer to, that someone else has the answer to, please feel free to answer them. It doesn't have to come from me. It can come from other students, and I would love to see that. I'll see the comments, and if I disagree or if I agree, I'll make a note or make a comment about that myself. But I would love to see other students taking the time to answer any questions or comments or concerns in the videos. So do that. I appreciate it. We will start on chapter 18 as our next video adventure. For Yeshiva B'nai Noach, I'm Tom Averna. Shalom.